Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up there in age, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's...
Welcome back to the channel. So I just made a short on TikTok and on YouTube addressing what China has done, which is they have cured diabetes. And I have a little bit of something that I wrote down just to make sure we're sticking to the facts here. Through a process called regenerative medicine, this is using cell therapy, according to We On News. I'm scared. I'm scared because a lot of money has been made in the US due to not having a cure for diabetes. So we have companies like Wegovy, Ozempic, Zepbound is fairly new as of the making of this video. And they're also kind of like weight loss brands, right? Because when you put that injection inside your body, it suppresses your appetite. Any type of food kind of makes you want to throw up. At least this is what people have told me who are needing these type of medications. And because of that, they eat less. And so, you know, there was a frenzy in the market for those with diabetes and those with seeking weight loss, because these medications or injections helped with not eating more, reducing the weight, and supporting that diabetes that they had. Now, what is going to happen now that cell therapy is being included to eradicate diabetes entirely? And for all of you who are not familiar with diabetes, I am a biologist. I studied biology for 4 years, got a bachelor's degree in biology. And cell therapy is essentially taking, it doesn't necessarily have to be good cells, right? But in this case, it would be functioning cells. A particular protein, which I am not aware of, is being used in order to support someone with diabetes so that they can create insulin, they can create the things that fight off diabetes itself, right? That fight off the fact that you're unable to really use the sugars within your body. And so they're using those cells. It might be from a healthier individual, it might be from the individual themselves, and then they're mass producing it within the laboratory. So how does that look? It's like a germ, right? A germ can be mass produced in labs, or another term for that is cultivated, right? So they're cultivating these cells, they're producing more of it, and then they inject it back into your body. What that then allows for is essentially your body getting a boost, a support of healthy cells to then fight off what was plaguing you in the first place, in this case being diabetes, right? And it also raises questions on, is this going to be viable in fighting cancer, in fighting HIV, right? Because we all know that HIV targets your white blood cells. So what if we cultivate more white blood cells and then inject that into the human body? How would that then fight off HIV as a whole, right? These are the researching that I'm not sure is taking place. I'm sure that they may have thought of these things. Maybe they haven't. If I was in research, that's the first thing that I would do, is I would see, have they already tried cultivating white blood cells to fight off agents like HIV? Are they going to use white blood cells that are from a different human being, or white blood cells from the same individuals? These are, you know, questions that need to be answered. Because people have different, you know, blood types and things like that. You want to ensure that they are safe when these things are injected into their body. And I'm sure that the medical industry is well aware of what type of cells can be cultivated so far and injected into the body in order to fight off foreign substances without necessarily hindering the individual. Now, HIV may be a different topic because it almost blends in with the body to where sometimes the body doesn't even see it as a foreign substance, right? So those white blood cells putting up a fight, they may need a identifier to latch on to the HIV and attack that as well. Wow. So that's a little bit of where my mind goes when we see China using cell therapy to cure diabetes. And to be honest with you, I'm asking myself, why hasn't this been done before? Because we've had cell therapy for a long time. Like, I graduated in 2019, it's 2024, people. So we've had the understanding of cell therapy for a long time. And to see this now just being used to cure diabetes is mind-blowing to me, honestly. And somebody write down in the comment section, how long has cell therapy actually been around to where we're just now finding a cure in 2024? Because I can promise you it's probably been around at least a decade. And so, the U.S. is thriving on these weight loss drugs. These drugs are costing $900, $800, over $1,000. I've had people tell me personally that they needed to be a diabetic in order to afford it, using coupons, other discounts, right? Because they cannot afford this for weight loss without jacking up their sugar intake. So they'll literally drink a cup of warm sugar, go to the doctor and say, hey, take a look at my blood, because they have to show that they're a diabetic just in order to get this at a reasonable cost. And so it's a sad state of affairs when our economy, or when people can't get the help that they need without lying in order to do so. And when I say help that they need, they were using this for weight loss purposes rather than diabetic purposes. But what do you think is going to happen? Personally, I've already asked this question on TikTok, and I've had a couple of people say that these companies are going to go out of business, or they're going to pivot into simply being weight loss medications. I have other people say that the U.S. is going to adopt this cell therapy right away in order to help people with diabetes eradicate it entirely. My personal belief is that the U.S. will do everything in its power to suppress this information so that people do not have this information, so that there is no one saying, hey, I can rid myself of diabetes. I no longer have to put that sensor on my body every single day. I no longer have to wear a patch. I no longer have to be monitored because I am cured, right? Like, they don't want that. There's so many industries, so many sensors, like, what's a sensor? The Libra 3 sensor, the Libra 4. There are so many sensors out there, the Freestyle Libre. That's all the same sensor. I'm trying to think of the other ones, but I can't right now. But essentially, what I'm getting at is there's so many companies that rely on this. I wonder what approach the U.S. will take. I would like to think that they'll take the approach that is best for the everyday American. But I do believe that because of the tax dollars, because of the jobs, because of all those that are employed and benefit from this, I do not believe that they're going to ready the process with this cell therapy, with this regenerative medicine, in order to eradicate diabetes. I believe that they're going to take their sweet time implementing this process to the masses. They're going to take their sweet time to give this to everyday Americans. And if everyday Americans want it, they're going to jack up the price expeditiously. I mean, exponentially. And so what do I mean by that? For this cell therapy, I don't know what the cost normally would be, but for this specific reason, I would expect them to put it at $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 just for this cell therapy. And what I'm hearing is that it takes about a year in order to completely eradicate yourself of diabetes. So if you don't start this in the beginning of your plan year, meaning when you sign up for health insurance in the beginning of that year to the end of that year, you may find yourself having to pay 2 out-of-pocket max, 2 deductibles just to eradicate the diabetes itself. So you're going to pay 2 years worth of insurance premiums, insurance max out-of-pockets just to eradicate yourself of diabetes. Would I say it's worth it? Yes. But should it be that expensive? Absolutely not. And again, these are just my assumptions of what may or may not occur. But people do have faith in the U.S. based on what I'm seeing in the comment sections of the posts that I just did, that the U.S. is going to do the right thing and start to implement this process. I don't have that much faith, to be honest with you. I think they're going to take 3 to 5 years before they start to implement this. But if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You know I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and on Rumble, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Peace.